What would you do if the woman you loved not only betrayed you, but sent you to jail for something you didn't even do? Most men would break, but I didn't. Instead, I planned the kind of revenge that would haunt her forever. And when she finally opened the gift box I sent her, the scream that came out of her mouth told me everything I needed to hear. My name is Daniel. I'm 34 years old, and for the past 7 years I thought I had built a perfect life with my wife Rebecca, who is 31. We lived in Chicago, had a cozy home, and I worked as a mechanic while she was an assistant at a law firm. To outsiders, we looked like the ideal couple, but behind closed doors, Rebecca had secrets. It started small. Late nights at work, phone calls she'd take in the other room, weekends where she'd suddenly visit her mother. At first, I ignored it. She was my wife, and I believed in her. But love can make you blind, and I was about to learn that the hard way. One Friday night, after working late at the shop, I came home to find 2 police officers waiting at my door. They told me I was under arrest for domestic violence. I froze. My record was clean. I never laid a hand on Rebecca or anyone else. But she had gone to the police with bruises she'd inflicted on herself and told them I did it. I was dragged out of my house, humiliated in front of neighbors, thrown into a holding cell like a criminal. Rebecca even filed for a restraining order, leaving me with nothing. No home, no wife, no dignity. I stayed in jail for 3 weeks while my lawyer fought to prove the charges were false. Eventually, security camera footage from the night she claimed I hit her showed she wasn't even home. The case fell apart, but the damage was done. My reputation was ruined, my job almost gone, and Rebecca had already moved in with her boss, the man she'd been cheating with all along. I should have walked away. But instead, I decided she would pay. Not with violence, not with shouting, but with something far worse. For 2 months, I stayed quiet. I rebuilt myself, went back to work, and slowly gathered everything I needed. Through a mutual friend at her office, I learned Rebecca had been bragging about finally being free and planning a wedding with her boss. She thought she had won. She had no idea I was watching. Then came the night before her birthday. I packaged a box with care, beautiful wrapping, a big red bow, and left it at her new apartment door. On the outside, it looked like a gift from an admirer. Inside, it was something much darker. When she opened it the next morning, the scream was so loud the neighbors rushed out of their apartments. Inside the box was a stack of printed photos, screenshots of her texts to her boss while we were married, intimate selfies she had sent him, and worst of all, a copy of the police report she filed against me, marked in red with the word lies. But that wasn't all. At the very bottom of the box, taped neatly inside, was a flash drive. On it was a video recording of her bragging about getting rid of me so she could move on with her boss. How did I get it? She had sent it to one of her friends, and that friend didn't like her anymore. She happily gave it to me. Rebecca's scream wasn't just from shock, it was from the realization that her whole life was about to collapse. I had already sent copies of the video and texts to her boss's wife, her parents, and the law firm where she worked. By the end of that week, she lost her job, her boss dumped her, and her parents disowned her. Everyone knew the truth, that she had betrayed her husband, lied to the police, and destroyed a man's life just to chase someone else. Me? I walked away free, stronger than ever. She wanted to ruin me, but in the end, she ruined herself. So when people ask me if revenge is worth it, I just smile and say, sometimes the sweetest revenge is letting the truth scream louder than you ever could. If you liked the video, please subscribe and turn on notifications.